Hey, what's up? It's Mandy. Amanda LaFay Wilson back again in the Chronicles. Message from the soul that rises up to the heart that comes out of my mouth in the form of a message to you guys. We're going to talk about how I think you should dare to have the courage to be yourself. Meaning that don't be easily influenced by the people in your circle or your friends or people at school or your peers. Put a cap on this message and don't be easily influenced by your surroundings. Most people I've met in my life have conformed. Most of the people that I grew up with have conformed to their surroundings, have conformed to their friendships, have conformed to their circle, have conformed to what was going on around them. They have conformed to society. People often ask me, how come you grew up in the projects on the south side, but you're not a gangster, you're not a thug, you don't do drugs? It's simple. I didn't allow the people around me to influence. I may have been raised up in the project, but I am not a product of the projects. You don't have to be a product of where you come from. You can be more than your environment. Your environment can influence you, and you can still come out and still be your own person. There is a phrase that I was reading the book by Common, the rapper, and he said, don't allow people to put cables on you. He said when he was growing up, he hung around with a lot of people that, were doing this and doing that was disproportionate to what he was doing. But he said he didn't allow people to put cables on him. And you shouldn't allow people to put cables on you, period. That would be my message. He said you got to have that think for yourself mentality, which is true. You have to learn to think for yourself and keep your mindset strong. So if somebody walk up to you, as he put it in the book, and said, here, give you a gun and say, go shoot that man, he said he would look him in the eye and say, man, you crazy. Because that was that think for yourself mentality. It wasn't, oh, go get him, because he was around the people that were influencing him to do that. So you have to be strong at mind. I'm encouraging you, always keep your mind strong and think for yourself. Don't be easily influenced by the people around you. Don't be influenced by your environment. Don't be influenced by your circumstances. Don't be influenced by the things that you go through. Constantly keep that mind and know who you are, and keep a strong mind and think for yourself mentality, and you won't fall victim to your circumstances, victim to your environment, victim to your friends, victim to your circle, or victim to society. Because society swallows up people that don't have that think for themselves mentality. If you allow people to put cables on your life, like if you're jumping off a car, when your car is dead and you ask somebody to jump you off with jumper cables, and they put jumper cables to their battery, they're feeding you that supply to your car so your car can get started. You're not taking your feed on your own. That's the same thing that can be metaphorically applied to people. When you're in your circle, you're in society or your environment, if you allow your environment and society and your friends and your circle and your people to influence you and put cables on you, you're no longer yourself. You're feeding that supply from them. So who you are becomes dead as that car without the jumper cables, and you feed your energy source from them, which can end up leading you going down the wrong path, or a path that you don't choose to go down. You may easily be influenced to do drugs, may easily be influenced to be out there. I knew a girl that was on the streets prostituting herself because she was so influenced by the guy that she was with. And I met so many people in my lifetime, and I just want to say to those out there in an encouraging manner, rise above your circumstances. Constantly keep telling yourself every day, I have a think for myself mentality. Every move that I make, every step that I take, even the breaths that I take on earth, are mine and the chosen breath that I choose to take in the path that I want to take. Not because my friends say go this way, not because society says it's supposed to go this way, not because your environment swallows you up and predicts you to go that way. No, you are greater than your circumstances. You are greater than your society. You are greater than the box that people try to conform you in. The worst thing that you can do in life is to conform to the trappings of the world. Is to conform to things that you are truly not. Take this message with a grain of salt. Don't be easily influenced by the things around you. Don't allow people to put cables on you. Be your own person no matter what the cost. Because when you feed your energy from other people, it leads you to make bad decisions. You go down the wrong path. If you're hanging with the thugs, you're hanging with the drug dealers, it's almost hard to not fall victim to what they're doing if you don't have a think for yourself mentality. My mom used to always tell me, two can't walk together except they agree. She said even the Bible says that. But even if you're not religious, I've learned over the years how true that is. People are like, oh, I can hang with somebody and not necessarily be influenced by what they do. But you have to condone to some sense their behavior if you're hanging out with them. So if you choose to elevate and you're hanging with people that constantly have a downer mentality and being influenced by these people, no matter how you think that you're going to stand apart, eventually you're going to be sucked into that suction of their life. Don't be a victim. A significant other always say, don't be a victim. Always remember to rise above and remember that you are greater than your circumstances. You are better than the ones that try to pull you down. Remember, if they can't get with you, like I heard Lil Wayne say in the song, get lost. Life is too short to live it going down the wrong path, because I know it's hard at times because there's so many different ways to do wrong, but only one way to do right. So when you're down in the dumps and you're going through things, I know it's easy to say, you know what, let me just take the wrong path because I can hang with these people, I can get money real quick, as opposed to living life the right way. And I was looking at an interview from T.I. on Tyra Banks show, and he was talking about how if two people started out in life, one started out selling drugs, dealing drugs, living the gangster life per se, and then the other one starts out working at McDonald's. He said if you follow those two kids 10 years on down the line, the other one will probably have gotten into much trouble, mischief, have destroyed their life. Well, I bet he said that in 10 years, that person that started out working at McDonald's probably have enough money to buy himself a McDonald's. So don't be influenced by the crowd, even if it means stepping away to do your own thing and being criticized and put down for that. Still go against the grain and it all pay off in the end. Don't be influenced by negativity or anything that's designed to pull you down. To then, I want you to stay dedicated, stay motivated, stay educated, and mentally and physically, emotionally, and spiritually, you'll be elevated if you stay on the right path. Follow me, Amanda Wilson, on Twitter at Mandy Wilson, Facebook, ALWilson3 at Facebook.com. I'll come up. Instagram, Amanda214U3, and you can see some of my videos I post there. God bless you. One love.